Greetings and salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian and we're having a look at our Steel Legion. These are a box that are available from Games Workshop at this moment. There is rumours that they're going to be discontinued, but they'll still be around. You'll be able to get them from different places. The box contains 10 figures, they're all lead, and they're actually really cool. Because they're Steel Legion. You don't have to use them for Steel Legion, obviously. And these are the figures here. The figures come with a rocket launcher and a grenade launcher. These two figures were the grenade launcher figures, but I have modified them and given them a plasma rifle and a plasma gun and a melter. And the reason I did that is because the Sidekicks army has melters. Grenade launchers per each unit, and I decided to mix it up a little bit and give these troops, instead of having the grenade launcher, I would have it completely different. So he's got a flamer and a grenade launcher in each squad, and so I'm going for a mix of heavy weapon plus the rocket launcher, which is this one you get here. And the rocket launcher is a little bit unusual for 40k. It looks unusual. It looks a little bit archaic. It's a bit like a modern handheld rocket launcher. And that's it there. I've done it with little squares all over it because it looked cool. I just had a bit of fun painting it. They're in ash waste gear, so they're in chemical suits. So they're like trench coats, so they fit in really nicely with the winter theme that I have for my army, because it looks like they're in sort of winter gear. The helmets are cool, the breathers are cool. It's just a cool little army to build. The only downside is the only figures you can get for them are these figures. It's the only pack you can get. Now you could convert these figures into other, like a HQ squad and stuff, if you wanted to saw into lead, wanted to work with lead. I know a lot of people don't. I wanted to keep the figures the same. All I did was change the main weapon, which was actually very easy to do. So that's the only thing I did different really with these figures. Now, when it comes to support units, I have done up some support units. Is one of the support units here. I've had to swap out a normal gas mask. I will do a video on these later, actually, because it's a bit long-winded the way I did it, but I'll show you what I did with them later. I've got another figure just here, which I will show you now. In the last video I did, this is a helmet from the Scions. Imperial Guard Scions, and that's the helmet, and I simply stuck it on a standard Imperial Guard figure, so they're fitting quite nicely with these guys. So that enabled me to do my HQ units and my heavy weapons teams. So I was able to turn the army into a proper army by using the sort of standard Cadian box set and converting it. So rules wise, Steel Legion. Steel Legion actually one of the more interesting forces you can play as Imperial Guard, because they have some pretty intense special rules, and that is that they have industrial efficiency, which means that out of all the Imperial Guard, they probably have the highest firepower, the absolute massively highest firepower. Now, you also have a bonus, which is the let's think. Front rank fire, second rank fire. Now this is a platoon. This is a commander's ability. So a platoon commander or higher ranker would have this ability, and it's from the voice of command skill. So you use your voice of command, front rank fire, second rank fire. This means las guns fire twice, which you may already know if you play Imperial Guard. So all these lance guns fire 2 shots. Now, as you know, las guns are rapid fire, so you can fire an additional shot at half range. So you're firing 2 shots instead of 1 shot. Then you use front rank fire, second rank fire, so meaning you're firing 4 shots per figure. So each one of these fires 4 rounds of las gun fire. That's pretty impressive. However, this army also has industrial efficiency. Now, they live on a forge world. It's a forge world that is famed for making large amounts of weaponry for the Imperial Guard, and they just have the best weaponry and stuff for Imperial Guard. And industrial efficiency means that you take your standard test, and then you double the number of shots. So anything within 18 inches, which is your las guns, more or less your las guns half range anyway, it doesn't really matter. So anything within 18 inches, you will double the amount of shots you take. So not only do you fire the 4 shots from your las gun fire in 2 rounds, and then using rapid fire, and then your front rank fire, second rank fire skill, meaning you fire 4 rounds, you now fire 8 rounds. So each of these las rifles fires 8 dice. That is massively overpowered. That means you can just totally lay down fire. If you watch the film, the one set on the Armageddon, it's set in the battle for one of the hives. The name escapes me, and there's a brilliant scene where there's all these orcs attacking and the Space Marines are fighting against them. The Black Templars are fighting against them. The Black Templars have been overrun, and then suddenly the orcs are just cut to pieces by volley firing Imperial Guard. And that's how I kind of think it would normally go with these guys. Just a massive amount of firing with las rifles that just takes all the orcs down. And that's what the Steel Legion can do. That means that out of all the other Imperial Guard, I know you've got lots of Imperial Guard, you've got the drop troops and all sorts of stuff like that, can deep strike, and you've got all these other types, you've got horse-mounted ones and all sorts. These guys actually get to fire a massive amount of ammunition at the enemy. That's pretty awesome. That really outdoes any other Imperial Guard unit, because most Imperial Guards all carry a standard weapon, be it a stubber or a las rifle, and you are massively increasing the firepower. I just can't get over how much more dangerous this army would be to any other normal Imperial Guard army. So other weaponry, they carry las guns as standard. The officer carries a pistol. This is the officer here. Now, I've seen this modified quite a few times on a few different places, and the arms are you can take the arms off. The arms aren't attached, so you can actually do quite a lot with putting different things in the hands, swapping it for different arms and stuff. You can give them a las pistol. You can take the las pistol off and put a plasma pistol on. You can do all sorts of stuff. So the officer is probably the most interchangeable character out of the box. Everything else is pretty much as it comes. The guns are easy to take off, so you can swap it for another gun. I actually found that really easy. This, although it is in different parts, isn't that easy to modify. So you could try and modify that, but it's not going to be easy to do. I apologise for my voice. I think I'm coming down with a bit of a cold. Right, so the officer carries a chainsword, which means he gets that extra +1 attack, which is vaguely useful. It's always handy having an extra attack. I've given them a plasma gun, which can be used as a standard plasma gun or supercharged, and also this is actually from a different squad, but I put it on to show you. I've given them a melter as well. That means they also have a melter weapon. Standard missiles are the crack missile from this. Now, I've not seen anything in the rules about changing the type of missile it carries. It only carries a crack missile. So it's not like a Space Marine rocket launcher where you can fire crack or frag. This is only crack. So you can only fire a standard anti-tank round, which again is pretty good. 48-inch range, can do relatively heavy damage. It's strength 8. It's a powerful anti-tank weapon. Melter gun I've already said, and I'm going to do another squad with a flamer. So this guy will be replaced, in that squad this guy will be replaced with a flamer, so the handheld flamer. Just to mean each of my squads have a slightly different weapon, and that might help in the way you deploy the army. So that's pretty much covers it. I've not really got much else to add for it. That is the Steel Legion unit. The industrial efficiency is a brilliant skill. It really maximises your firepower, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this plays out in games. Then again, Imperial Guard don't tend to last very long. They're not brilliant troops. They rely on firepower to take down the enemy. They're useless in combat. So in this situation, it could actually really help the army. It can make it a bit more of an efficient army. So that's it. That's all I've got to say. Leave any comments you can in the comment section down below. Click like. Feel free to share and all that sort of stuff. This has been Imperator Vespasian coming down with the cold. Goodbye.